So I thought I would share with people how I create quizzes in Google, and the students just do the quizzes online. It collects all the data. I find it easier than Blackboard to use, and it's free, so hey, why not? The first step is log into your Google account, or your Google account. Create a new Google page or go to a Google search, and you'll see this little grid up top where you go to your Drive. And you're going to click on New, More, and Google Forms. And that's going to give you a form that you could create a survey or whatnot. But now you can create a quiz by going to Settings and Quizzes, which is upper right, and make this a quiz. Now, I have, you can release the scores to students immediately after the student takes the quiz or later for a manual review. I choose later. I like to go over them in class and only give credit if they're there. So you can also have the respondents see the following, or you can deselect those. So the next step is to hit Save. Now we're going to title the form and title it up in the left-hand corner. If you just click there, it'll be the same title as here. We give a little description for the students, and then these email addresses are collecting automatically, and you have to have them collect in order to have your roster of grades. So, but you have an option to do that later if you don't already collect them. Mine automatically collects because I have selected review later instead of review immediately, and that's by default what happens. Okay, so now we're going to start our first question, and we're going to decide what kind of question we want. We want multiple choice here. This is an answer, and you can click Option or Add Other. I just do Option 2, and we'll do another option, and yet another. And when we're done, by the way, for each one we can add an image if you want. That's for analysis of an image, etc. Then we're going to go to, you can say required, but you don't have to. People can leave answers blank if you don't check that off. Go to Answer key, and we're going to tell it which is the correct answer. I'm just saying this is the answer here. I also want to assign points to this, so I'm going to give it 10 points since there are 10 questions and I want it to be 100%. Add answer feedback. You can do this if you want to direct students to information about this question. And then when you're done, there really is no save that you have to do. There is no back button either, so I just click plus and go on to the next question. Okay, so when you're done, and I'm just gonna pretend that I'm done, you're ready to preview, and the little eye up here will preview. We can see what it's going to look like to students, and that's what it'll look like. And then we can go back to edit mode up here on the upper right, and then we want to create a way to send this. So click send. If you have not already selected collect all email addresses, do select that so you have your roster. It's sent, and then you can choose how you want to send it. You can either list emails, or I just want to list a link so I can send the link out in email. You can shorten the URL this way and copy the link, and you're good to go. And then the next thing I like to do is add the link to a list of my quizzes that I keep a little separately, but you can do it how you like. Now, I'm going to close out of that part because I can send it anytime. It's ready to send anytime, and you can even edit the quiz while it's being circulated. So it's you still have total access to it. More great options are you can add an image anytime, you can add a video anytime, you can add a new section of your quiz. And now we're going to look at responses. Of course, on this quiz we don't have any responses yet, but I did a previous fake quiz so I could show you what the responses look like. And here they are. When you click on responses, it was just me, and I purposefully got one wrong and one right. And if you come down here, you can see what the roster starts to look like. So your students' names will be listed here, their scores will be here, and then it'll say whether the score has been released or not. You can release them whenever you like. And then it looks at the data on how many people got which questions right. So you get a lot of information, and you can look at the individual student as well and see how that individual student did. For more information, if you just Google how to make quizzes in Google, you will get this great page that has lots more options than I have explained. But at least this is a quick start on how to use Google for quizzes.